is enough said.
What's going on with Andrew Wiggins and the Miami Heat? This is my Brian Windhorse impersonation. And I'm doing this again, you guys, because something funny is going on with the Miami Heat and Andrew Wiggins. Are the Heat going to trade Andrew Wiggins? Where's Andrew Wiggins going to go? Let's talk about it. Welcome to another episode of Miami Heat Talk. My name is Ernest, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as we continue our push for 7,000 subscribers. Now that we got that out the way, let's go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, there was a report earlier today that came out from multiple sources, but one report was by the 5 Reasons Sports' Greg Sylvander, and I'll read this and quote, "Watch the Los Angeles Clippers as a potential suitor for Andrew Wiggins," they wrote under the Discord. Now, this has been shared. This has been publicized in Twitter, so I do want to talk about it. Now, one thing I will say is this. The Miami Heat do have a full 15-man roster. So as of now, we know what this team is moving forward for next year. It looks like the Miami Heat are going with the youth movement, which is fine. This is looking to be a gap season. But with the Eastern Conference the way it is, I mean, you can say it's depleted. It's not really as depleted because some teams have gotten better with Orlando, Atlanta. So there's certain teams that are going to compete in the Eastern Conference next season. You know who the juggernauts are, with Cleveland and New York being the strongest teams. But still, it's going to be pretty open. So this is going to be a fun season because you're going to see a developing season. But one thing about this roster is when you look at this team and the youth movement, you look at a guy like Andrew Wiggins and you think, does he fit on this team? Now, Andrew Wiggins was the sweetie of the package that you got back with the Jimmy Butler trade for last year. So it would be nice to keep Andrew Wiggins because it makes you feel like at least we didn't lose Jimmy for nothing. You know, the Jimmy Butler trade got us Kasparas Yaka-Jonas. And in my opinion, this dude looks like a future Luka Doncic. I mean, I may be overzealous, but the kid looks really good. The more I'm seeing him, the more better he looks. So I'm excited about Kasparas Yaka-Jonas. You know, we also got Kyle Anderson, who was doing really good with us, Davion Mitchell. So it's not like we lost him for nothing. But Andrew Wiggins, I still feel, can help this Miami Heat team be a pretty good team next year. You know, you look at this potential starting lineup with Kel'el Ware, Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, Tyler Hero, and Davion Mitchell. That is a very good starting lineup. It's just, what do you bring off the bench? Right now, when you look at this roster, you guys, you know, your best bench players coming off the bench is Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Kasparas Yaka-Jonas, Haywood Highsmith. You know, you're bringing back Drew Smith. You have Kashad Johnson. You have Kevin Love. But you don't really have someone off the bench who's dangerous, someone who fears opponents. You hope that Jaime Jaquez and Nikola Jovic can take that next step. You hope that Kasparas Yaka-Jonas can be that dominating rookie. Hopefully the Miami Heat can negotiate a buyout, possibly with Terry Rozier, and use that final spot to bring in a really good player with the $14 million mid-level exception. But there's not really a lot of players out there. So right now what you're doing is you're waiting to see if a player is bought in out. I cut an episode about Nikola Vucevic. I talked about the potential of happening to him. We know that the Miami Heat are watching the Bradley Beal situation if he's bought out. So the Heat are going to save that $14 million mid-level exception for a buyout player. That's my strongest opinion right now, is that if the Miami Heat get one of these players that are bought in out, it's to use either the full mid-level exception or partial for the mid-level exception. But getting back to Andrew Wiggins and the potential trade. And what I'm doing right now, you guys, I'm pulling up the salary cap for the LA Clippers because we've talked about a potential deal surrounding Andrew Wiggins and the LA Lakers. The Lakers look to be most interested in Andrew Wiggins because picking up DeAndre Ayton, it looks like they may just go it with another year. You have LeBron for one more year. I don't think they're going to trade him unless he publicly requests a trade. But as of right now, you guys, I think that I think that the LA Lakers are going to keep the team as they have it. So they need to upgrade this roster, and Andrew Wiggins would be the perfect fit for them. But the fact that Greg Sylvander mentioned that the LA Clippers may be a team to look at, it makes a lot of sense. When you look at the Clippers, you know, you look at their roster with Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Norman Powell, Zubac, Bogdanovich, Derek Jones. They just signed Brook Lopez. They could use a guy like Andrew Wiggins. I really feel like the Clippers can use more of a guard. When I look at the Clippers situation, you guys, I don't think that Andrew Wiggins may be the best fit for them. I think it might be Terry Rozier. They need a guard. You look at this roster, and one thing they're missing is a guard that can come off the bench for them and play a combo point guard shooting guard. That's why I feel a buyout situation for Terry Rozier would be better, and then he can go to the Clippers. And then you can move Andrew Wiggins to the Lakers, and you can get back what you want. The Miami Heat need to stand strong. It is Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, and a future first-round draft pick. Now, if you're able to get either or, a future first-round draft pick or Dalton Knecht with Rui Hachimura and maybe another piece, an expiring contract like Gabe Vincent, I'd be okay with that. I would be okay with that as well. What I'm looking for a trade for Andrew Wiggins, what I think the Heat need to really focus on is an expiring contract, a young asset, and a first-round draft pick. Because Andrew Wiggins at 30 years old, with championship pedigree, being a great two-way player, having a great season last year, averaging 18 points a game, Andrew Wiggins still has a lot of great play left in him in his career. It's not like his game is depleting. He can still help a team that's looking to contend. So I look at the team like the Lakers and the Clippers. Yeah, they can vie for him. But the Clippers, I mean, what could the Clippers offer for Andrew Wiggins? I mean, you can do a package of Derek Jones, Bogdanovich, but they have 2 years left on their contract. I'd prefer an expiring contract. The obvious deal would be a package surrounding Andrew Wiggins and Norman Powell, but I don't think the Clippers would do that. Norman Powell was playing great for them last year, and he's on an expiring contract. So I don't see the benefit of the Clippers doing that. When I look at Andrew Wiggins, you guys, I keep seeing the same thing. The Lakers are going to be the team. I think that this trade is going to happen between the Lakers and the Heat. It's just, what do the Heat take? If you ask me, I'm standing strong. Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, and a future first-round draft pick. That should get the deal done. And don't do it now, that's fine. We still have July. We still have the rest of July. We have August. We have September. I think that's the deal that can get done. But if we wake up and we see a deal where it's Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and a future first-round draft pick, I'd be okay with that also. Or Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Dalton Knecht for Andrew Wiggins and Kevin Love. The Lakers can use a power forward center coming off the bench. Kevin Love has a relationship with LeBron James. They signed Jackson Hayes, so they'll have DeAndre Ayton, Jackson Hayes, and Kevin Love in their big man rotation. A lot better than it was last year. So Heat Nation, let me hear from you. Do you think Andrew Wiggins is moved to the Lakers? Would you prefer Andrew Wiggins staying with this team? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate everyone's support. And until next time, your boy Ernest out, and that is enough said.